Alright, we have a short one today, but a very sweet one. Since Lady DEATHSTRIKE, I have just always really loved this character. Like, when she first came out, I was a day one defender of this champion. I was, just such a fan of her, like, immediately, and now that she is a 7-star rank 2 character, it just feels really nice to play her again. And this showcase is a bit shorter than usual because you can probably imagine why. It's because I want to rank 3 this character, so I'm just giving you a bit of a sneak peek of what she can do. And right here we have this Domino fight, a rank 2 Domino, and she is going down very quickly, and we are taking 0 damage since Lady DEATHSTRIKE is a perfect Domino counter. Her abilities cannot fail, and she just, is a really good DPS when it comes to facing off against mutant champions. So there we go, a 52-second takedown of that fight. Now, Lady DEATHSTRIKE was born to counter Weapon X. No one else does it as good as her. And the best part is, as the health pools get higher, she just gets better. And since Weapon X is coming out as a 7-star champion on Friday, we're going to see a good chunk of rank 3 Weapon X's. So Lady DEATHSTRIKE is just going to get better for him as like champions like Nimrod get worse for him. So yeah, I am pumped for that because she is just going to be my go-to option for those Weapon X's. And she might get banned as a rank 3 7-star, which is whatever, but if she's unbanned, then it's going to be a really fun time fighting those Weapon X's. But yeah, here we go for a combo, and the match is just over. And that was a sub 40-second fight on that Weapon X. Really nice stuff. But now we have this Mr. Sinister fight, and this one's a pretty cool one because it can go perfectly, or it can go honestly very south. And here's how it can go south. So Mr. Sinister on his SP1, whenever he drops it, he transfers all debuffs off of him onto you. Now, Lady DEATHSTRIKE is a DOT DPS, so whenever she will take the SP1, you're gonna get degened a ton. And yeah, it hurts obviously, but if you play it right, this is such a good matchup for her since she inflicts heal block obviously, and whenever she is awakened, if the opponent tries to heal while heal blocked, they get inflicted with bonus ruptures. And check this out right here. So he's gonna drop the SP2, and I missed the dex, but it doesn't matter since she just heals all the damage back up. And now this matchup is essentially over. So there we go, a very clean Mr. Sinister fight. You love to see it. And that was like what, 50 something seconds? Not bad in the slightest. But now we have this bishop fight here. This is a rank 3 bishop. It is a big beefy boy, and Lady DEATHSTRIKE, like I said, she likes those high health pools, but with bishop here, it's not like super ideal for her because you have to try to avoid getting SP1, so you have to play it a bit slow and cautiously, and Lady DEATHSTRIKE favors the aggressive playstyle, so it's a good fight. She's good for most mutants in this game. There are some that she doesn't do super well. Who are they? I know they're out there. I think Onslaught isn't too ideal for her, even though she can damage him normally. But besides that, she really is just good for so many different mutant champions. Of course, some require different playstyles, like this bishop fight, but she still does it really well. And here we go in, we get an intercept, I think, and her animations are so fluid. That intercept was so clean, not because I'm good, but because her animations are just so crisp. So yeah, she is just really good in that regard as well. And that was a sub 1 minute bishop fight, a rank 3 bishop, like I said. So very sweet stuff. Now we have this Weapon X and Gauntlet, and this is just so clean. She is, like I said, the best Weapon X counter in the game. As the health pools get higher, she just gets better, so this is perfect for her. And in this matchup, you can be as aggressive as possible and he's going to comply, because whenever he is in Berserker Rage, he gets that extra aggression. So she just really enjoys that. Right here, he drops the SP1 right on demand, which is perfect for us. We go back in, drop our own SP1, and yeah, the damage output is now really adding up. We go back in here, And here we drop this bonus SP1, and what this does is it gives us 2 torment. So those ruptures right there are gonna last a very long time, and that's why she is so good for these long fights, because as the fight goes on, she just gets even more crazy with those torment and those ruptures. So yeah, this matchup is pretty much over now, and it it was just a really straightforward one. Yeah, this is just perfect for her, and this matchup is a wrap. So there we go. That was what, a minute? Yeah, it's so easy for her, man. It's so satisfying. But now we have a bit of a harder fight. We have this Eternity of Pain Bishop matchup, and this one is a bit more complex because there is Meltdown, there is Bishop just being Bishop, so you can't bait out SP1s or anything. It's a bit more annoying for sure, but like I said, Lady Deathstrike favors these longer matchups because I haven't mentioned this yet, but whenever she is awakened, she gets bonus potency on her ruptures per armor up, and as she builds combo, she builds more armor ups. So the longer the fight goes, the more hits you do, and the more potent your ruptures are. So yeah, she is really good for these longer fights. The awaken ability is really important for her because as you give her more SIGs, the potency per armor up increases. So it's yeah, you want to have her at a decent SIG, but even SIG 20 just does so much for her because it enables that extra source of damage output. And it's important because her only source of damage output is from her armor up potency. And yeah, it's crazy how she scales with only armor, and of course it is kind of bad sometimes because the recoil masteries, they just increase her hit damage and nothing else, but it can be helpful too because if there's any notes that decrease your attack rating, she doesn't care. The hit damage is gimped, sure, but the ruptures, which are her main source of DPS, those stay the same. So yeah, it's a really nice ability, and it has its pros and cons obviously, but she's just so unique in that regard, and I think that's why I love this character so much, because she is just so unique, and it's really, really nice. It's a nice change of pace for sure. But yeah, here I go for the SP1 in a second. After that, very fluid intercept. And yeah, there we go. Well, we go for the SP2 actually because of Meltdown, but matchup is done. And that was what, a minute and 45 seconds? Not too shabby in the slightest, man. Really, really good stuff from Deathstrike. And now we have some path fights, just pretty straightforward things. We have this Namor fight right here, and this kind of shows what happens when there are nodes that increase your attack rating. The hit damage does get increased, right, which is obviously good for her, but the ruptures, they just stay the same. And the only way to increase the rupture potency is by any node that increases your armor up potency, or just gives you armor up. So it's really cool. I do enjoy it, but it's just kind of silly seeing 20,000 light attacks, but then seeing just 140 damage ruptures. It's pretty funny, but yeah, she still gets the job done here. This is a healing node, and she has heal block, so it's going to be a joke for her. And yeah, her heal block is just very reliable. It is just so easy to access as well. You just do one combo, or one double medium combo string, and that's it. You have it, and it's a pretty lengthy one. It's very easy to maintain, and yeah, right here, he heals not even once in this fight, so it's just a joke really. And there we go, the fight is now over, and that wasn't too bad at all. So now we have this Jubilee fight, and this one, same node and everything, so just no big deal really. And yeah, same game plan, just go in, do one combo, and then the heal block is just there, because of course it is. It's just that easy with her. And yeah, heal block already up, so this fight is just pretty much over essentially, since once the heal block is up, you're pretty much going to always have it up afterwards. So it's yeah, it's fine. But yeah, here she drops the SP1, no big deal, go back in, and we're doing 15,000 light attacks, and that damage output is nasty obviously, but the ruptures are just staying the same. It's so funny, but it's just part of the kit. It's whatever. It's just really entertaining to see. The relic does a ton of damage right there, and yeah, the matchup is now wrapped up. 40 seconds, not too shabby in the slightest. So yeah, Lady Deathstrike, great character, really fun to play, really useful, really good for pretty much any mutant champion in the game. She is just so reliable for so many different things, and it's really nice to see that she still performs really well in 2024. So let me know your thoughts on Lady Deathstrike, and yeah, that's about it for me.